Today, we've got the Dragon Warrior taking on an actual dragon. Poe versus Toothless. So who's coming out on top here? Well, let's find out. Master Po Ping, or simply known as Po, is one of Master Shifu's students at the Jade Palace. Is a master of the Panda style of Kung Fu, and is the foretold Dragon Warrior of legend. After being unexpectedly chosen to fulfill an ancient prophecy and study Kung Fu alongside the Furious Five, Po began training under Master Shifu. However, it soon became crystal clear that the traditional styles of Kung Fu just weren't going to work for a 6'2", 260-pound panda. So Shifu was forced to discover that for Po to become the Dragon Warrior, he must embrace Po's inherent panda nature, creating his own style that actually used his perceived weaknesses as his strengths. Po often uses a more improvised style of fighting, and will use anything around the area to his advantage, like using pots and pans to hide the dragon skull, or even attaching himself to some fireworks. He's surprisingly fast and agile despite his immense size. Is strong enough to go toe-to-toe with some of the greatest threats he's ever faced. Being a large panda, Po is incredibly durable. Po is also one of the only two people to know the finger hold, which is an attack that can overload a person's body with chi and even send them off to the spirit world. It's also mastered Inner Peace, which has just further enhanced his physicality and agility, allowing him to actually redirect Shin's cannon fire that was launched out against the Armada. Then finally, Po is now technically a spirit warrior, having been sent to the spirit realm and making his way back to the physical world. This means he has mastered the power of Chi, and even displayed the ability to create a massive dragon completely out of energy that he used to beat Kai. So, that's what we got in one corner. Po, the Dragon Warrior. But entering the ring in the other corner, well, it's the Night Fury, Toothless. Toothless is a rare Night Fury, a dragon never seen by Vikings due to its speed and camouflage in the night. That is until Hiccup managed to shoot Toothless down one night with his homemade mangler. From there, Hiccup and Toothless became best friends, redefined the Vikings' relationship with dragons, and even saved the world a few times. Toothless can fly incredibly fast, being able to reach supersonic speeds, create sonic booms, and has really just cemented his spot as the Ferrari of dragons. He's actually tremendously strong for a dragon his size, and is even capable of holding his own against much larger dragon species like the monstrous Nightmare, Whispering Death, and Razor Whip. And just to put that into perspective, each of those dragons weighs several tons at the very least, while Toothless doesn't even weigh 1 ton. Finally, Toothless is also very tough and durable. He's able to fly for a longer amount of time and over larger distances than any other dragon out there. Has survived crash landings, explosions, and really just countless attacks from other dragons. And then, as a dragon, Toothless can breathe fire, and actually can produce several different forms of fire. His signature attack is dive bombing, firing a precise and incredibly powerful blast, strong to destroy catapults, and even knock down a Red Death in a single shot. He can also cloak himself in electricity. When he's in alpha mode, he can fire a powerful alpha blast that can control other dragons. Being said that no dragon can resist the alpha's command. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now today, I just want to do a fun video. Something that wasn't too serious, more lighthearted, feeling a little nostalgic. So I dived into my childhood and came back with Po versus Toothless. So who's coming out top here? Well, let's find out. Now, Po is incredibly strong. He's able to knock out most opponents he goes up against with just one punch or kick. he managed to pull two large boats down towards each other, and in his fight against Tai Lung, man, Po just sent the guy flying, knocking him back several blocks and through a wall, then even sending him sailing up towards the clouds. We've also seen that Po can actually use his opponent's strength against them, sometimes unintentionally. But, and I don't think this really is any surprise here, but Toothless is stronger. He's able to carry dragons that weigh several tons, throw around dragons that weigh several tons, and actually packs quite a punch. He loves to wrestle or tackle an opponent, and has routinely been able to overpower other dragons who are larger than him, and at first glance, you'd assume that they were stronger than Toothless too. Yet Toothless proved himself stronger, and is going to prove he's stronger than Po as well. So durability. Well, Po is kind of like a fluffy pinball, just a big old cushion for pain. And because of that, the guy's able to take quite a beating, not go down. He's been smacked into buildings, taken attacks from Tai Lung that left small craters behind, and survived a punch from tigers that just launched him. He survived a head-on cannon blast that sent him through a wall and flying another several hundred feet afterwards, and took an attack from Kai that sent him flying several hundred feet again. Po is a whole lot more durable than you might believe. But so is Toothless. He's been shot out of the sky and crash landed on the ground. He's been smacked down by Red Death's tail. He's taken plenty of attacks from plenty of other dragons, too. Then he's fireproof. So Toothless is completely fine after being caught in fire blast and explosions before. Oftentimes, simply just brushing them off. And then finally, we're going to talk about speed. And while Po has casually dodged sword strikes and projectiles thrown his way, he's surprisingly agile and graceful in a fight. But no question about it, Toothless is faster here. He's way faster. He's dodged fire and lightning coming his way. He's outraced explosions, kept pace, and actually kept ahead of lightning. He's even capable of supersonic flight. Toothless is so fast. And I think that speed and that flight is the most important thing here. Because outside of Poe's chi power, where he's literally able to create a massive, indestructible energy dragon that pretty much can't be beaten, Po is really limited in this fight. He's a skilled warrior and a master fighter. But what is Kung Fu gonna do against a super fast flying dragon? I mean, Po primarily fights hand to hand. Toothless primarily fights from the air. I'm gonna take aerial fight every single time out of those two. On top of that, he's got his plasma blast and fire bursts. He's destroyed rocks, ships, buildings, even managed to knock over the Red Death with just one blast. And yes, Po could technically try and catch those blasts and redirect them like he did with the fireworks, but I really don't see that working out long term. I'm not even sure it would work out short term. There's no way that Po is going to redirect those fire blasts back at Toothless, because Toothless is just too fast. On top of that, those fireworks just pale in comparison to Toothless fire blast. So I doubt that Po could even redirect them to begin with. End of the day, Toothless is way too fast. He's able to fly, and as a plasma blast, you're just going to be able to completely overwhelm Po. Po could presumably take him down if it was solely a close combat fight. Po could win. He would tap into his Chi Dragon, but I'm definitely going to have to give the majority in this one to Toothless. Toothless wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Sound off in the comments down below. Also, be sure the like button, subscribe button, and turn notification on the Fanco Army, and I will see you next time.